Good evening, mystical and magical friends. This is Anna Transylvania with a little bit of a special reading for tonight, special tidbit for tonight. I will call it an astrobite, okay? And tonight's astrobite is astrological, obviously, hence the name astrobite, okay? So tonight's astrobite is about the Uranus Cazimi in Taurus. I know you guys might have been on the TikToks and everybody's buzzing about the Cazimi. It is happening this week, okay? I will say this week. Uranus is a rather slow planet. This is the planet Uranus over here is the representative of the planet. And this is the sun, okay? So, first, we got to discuss what a Cazimi is, okay? I'm just going to take this and put it over here, Uranus, Cazimi, and Taurus. Okay, so if this were the planet Uranus, it moves pretty slow in the skies, okay? So imagine there's a planet out there in the skies and it's moving pretty slowly across the skies. It takes about, 8 to 10 years to move through a sign, okay? Now, this planet is the sun. It takes us about a year to move around it. But according to astrology, because astrology is geocentric, which means it's centered on us, because astrology is geocentric, we just say it takes a solar return, which is a solar year, which is a year, 12 months, okay? So it takes the sun about 12 months to come to the same place that it started, okay? So your solar return is your birthday, okay? Now, when the sun crosses, okay, so let's say the sun is right here, right? And it's moving across the sky, and Uranus is moving across the sky, blah, blah, blah. And Uranus will cross paths with the, okay? It'll cross paths like that. Boom. Okay. About every year or so, it'll cross paths with the sun. Eventually, they'll go and they'll just be on an exact degree, is what we call it in astrology, but they'll be exact. And a Cazimi is actually the heart of the matter. A Cazimi is the heart of the sun. Okay, that's what a Cazimi is, the heart of the sun. Okay, so because Uranus happens to be in Taurus and, sort of moving slowly through Taurus, it's going to be there until I think 2026. Don't quote me. It was there since 2018. It's going to be there until 2026, give or take. A few months or so. Okay, it depends on what kind of astrology you do. So because the sun is going through Taurus and it's moving rather fast, okay, well, we're moving rather fast. More on that later, okay, in my astro stuff, okay? So they are going to be conjunct, and today is the exact Cazimi. Today is Sunday, May the 18th. Today is the exact Cazimi. I'm not quite sure what time. I didn't check what time because it's not really that important, okay? Because it'll take it a sort of longish time to get out of Cazimi, maybe like a week or two. Okay, so some people have started to already feel the Cazimi like last week, like a lot of changes are happening, a lot of buzzing is happening. A lot of people have decided to just make a radical change in their lives. I've had some of you doing that, okay? So the Cazimi is Uranus and the sun being conjunct to the same degree, being on the same degree, being together. So when a planet and the sun are together, okay, together like this, they sort of symbiotically work together. And when it's Uranus, what I call Uranus is the Lord of Chaos, okay? He's the original Lord of Chaos. He's the original creator of our universe. Sometimes I call him Sky Father, okay? Sky Father, Sky God, Sky King, okay? Sky Emperor, okay? So he is electric. He is the thing that brings the big storms, okay? So hurricanes, you would be taking a look at Uranus. Oh, hello. See, look, he brings the big storm. uh, okay, Uranus, what do we have to say to this? All right. Look at it. Boom. Okay, the chaos, right? So, because this Cazimi is happening in Taurus, okay, it is about radical change and radical acceptance of our own values. And if we don't like the values that we're espousing right now, if we don't like where we're heading based on actions that we took, now is the time for radical change. So basically, a Cazimi with Uranus is radical change. It's like the ultimate blockbuster for all of my magical friends who know what a blockbuster is. Okay, Uranus Cazimi is the ultimate blockbuster. So if you need to blockbust things that have been happening to you for like, say, 10 or 20 years, today and in this week is the time to do it. Okay. If you say have outgrown certain habits or behaviors and everything like that, and you want to set a new path, now is the time to set your intention, to set your goal. Okay. Now is also the time to sort of take a step in the right direction. Now, because this one is in Taurus, it has to do with all of the Taurus things, okay? It has to do with your own values, your own money, everything that you have, own, or would be able to put in a will, like any kind of an asset, such as a house, a car, money, a steady job or a career. Yes, it has to do with career. Tauruses are notorious. That's why there's a bull. It's called a bull market, because a lot of Tauruses, they know how to convert invisible energy into visible energy. They really, really know how to manifest so that they're comfortable. Okay. So for all you guys that have Taurus in your chart, that have like planets in Taurus and everything like that, Taurus or the second house, because that's the house that corresponds to Taurus. So if you guys have planets in Taurus, if you have angles in Taurus, so take a look at your chart, okay, and see what you have there. This is going to impact it, okay? Now, like I said, about for a week or two, it's going to impact it more if you have it on the same degree as this, okay? Now, some of you, if you have Uranus and the Sun conjunct in your chart, you'll be impacted no matter, okay? Now, some signs who are going to be impacted positively are obviously Taurus, okay, because that's your conjunction. It's happening in your sign, okay? So if you have Sun, Moon, Ascendant, any of your planets in Taurus, okay, you'll be directly impacted by this, okay? The more direct, the more closer your degree is to the degree of the Cazimi, the closer, the more intensely you're going to feel it. But everybody in Taurus is going to feel it. People in Virgo are also going to be feeling it because Virgo trines Taurus. And people in Capricorns are going to be, Capricorns, you guys are going to be feeling it. So Capricorns, especially for you, because you guys are kind of slow to change and you like to stay in the same patterns, this one is very super good for you, okay? You will feel the changes, like you'll feel like the nudges from the universe going, Capricorn, go this way. Capricorn, go this way. Capricorn, go this way. Okay. So those are some of the signs that are going to be impacted positively. Now, whatever sign squares, okay, Taurus. So let's see. It's Taurus, Scorpio, and Aquarius, Leo. I think that's what it is. Okay. Taurus, Scorpio, or Aquarius, Leo. Don't quote me on the Aquarius, Leo. I think it is. I'm an astrologer, but I'm tired today. So, okay. So all of those signs are also going to be, especially Scorpios. Scorpios are going to be impacted by this Cazimi. The closer, the more intense, okay? Because you guys are opposite. So, because you're Scorpio, you're going to be impacted a bit more than others. So Scorpios and all the earth signs are going to be impacted by this Cazimi. Now, another thing that might be happening is that because it's in Taurus, Scorpio, you might actually be going to the heart of the matter, okay? And really connecting to what you want on an emotional level. All right. So this is for all the signs that are impacted and really all of the signs. Okay. So during this Cazimi, everybody will be going a little bit deeper into their emotions and going, hey, where am I too attached to things? Too attached to an outcome, too attached to this money, too attached to this job, too attached to this family member, too attached to this lover. Okay. Where am I too attached? And where do I need to not be as attached? Okay. For your own well-being, this is a little bit of a self-care too. So yes, it's a big, think of this as a big stick of dynamite. So once you connect to your heart, do some blockbusting, some of you, pray to whatever it is that you pray to whoever it is that you pray to, saints, God, whatever it is, pray to them to remove things from your life this week. This is like, if you want to have a change of direction and you don't know how, this week is the week to pray to whatever gods, whatever spirits you pray to for that to be removed, for the way to be shown forward. Okay. Now, let me shameless plug. Well, not really, but okay. So these are Astro Star Codes by Heather Roan Robbins. Okay. Some of my favorite astro cards. They are the prettiest astro cards that I have ever seen. I don't have a shop or anything. I've just been using these cards, and it is a shout out. Please go if you can find her website. I got these as a gift, but Heather Roan Robbins Astro Star Codes. If you guys want to get these beautiful, beautiful astro cards, okay? So now that we've gone through the astrology of somewhat of this, I'm not doing the whole astrology of it. I'm just doing what you could be doing, okay? So now some cards that you could be using and some other things that you could be doing. So we've talked about this. A radical change, a radical self-acceptance, a radical change of pace, tearing down of your old structures. Okay, I mean, you all know kind of what the Tower is, because if you've been watching any other tarot reader, any tarot readers, the Tower is just simply just a total tearing down, and it's very, very fast, very, very sudden. So suddenly it feels like you've suddenly changed your mind. But because it's in Taurus, you haven't suddenly changed anything. It's not as sudden as people think. It just happened internally, and now it's happening externally as well. Okay, now, for some of you, this could mean spiritual enlightenment. Okay, the sun is a spiritual entity, and so is Uranus. Okay, this lightning bolt over here is the lightning bolt of spirit. That's saying, hey, okay, look within. Look within. Some of the structures that you've built, not the greatest. Okay, so this week is time for radical transformation, new beginnings, new spiritual beginnings, erasing everything that no longer works. Okay. Now, this is my disclaimer. I'm a tarot reader. Okay. I am not any kind of professional. I am not a professional psychologist, doctor, lawyer. So all of this is for entertainment purposes only. Okay. It's in here. You guys hearing me? Okay. So let's continue. So the star, it's about going for your dreams. This is about going into the heart of heart and going, what is it that I truly want from the life that I have? Okay. From this life that I have left, what is it that I truly want to do with my life? What would I do if I were, to wake up and have nothing? What would I be doing? Okay. What would I be doing? What would I be wanting? Now, the Uranus Cazimi, especially in Taurus, it's about, where does your star shine? So Sabrina Carpenter is a Taurus. Okay. We have a lot of actors, singers, especially singers. We have a lot of screen sirens. Okay. They are all, with the sun in Taurus. Okay. So we'll see a little bit of that. We'll see a little bit of, I think, Henry Cavill is a Taurus as well. Okay. But this is like the energy of stardom. The sun with Uranus is like the energy of stardom. It's like, let's, bad baby. Bad TM, sorry. I hope I'm not infringing upon any copyrights, okay? But Bad Baby, she, like, you know, she rose to stardom overnight. She was explaining that in a show. It's like, you know, she's like, cash me outside, yeah, right? And so, so she's like, well, I went away for a bit and then I came back and here I was, a star, you know, a YouTube star or whatever. So this is about, like, if you really want to go viral, this week is the week, okay? I've given you some other things on my YouTube channel. Go on my TikTok too. It's over there, okay? All right. So that's the star. What are your dreams, hopes, aspirations, and what are you doing to radically accepting those within your life, okay? Now, some of you, now this is because Taurus is ruled by Venus. Some of you are finding a life partner. It's like a radical, it's like whatever manifestation that you wanted is coming in. And some of you, I know some of you, um, I've been reading some of you for the last couple of weeks, and you want a life partner or you want a life that you love. Both of these are in the lovers. So, heart of hearts, what do I love? And boom, this week is the time to manifest those things. Maybe they're not going to come right away. With Uranus, actually, they might come instantly, okay? Uranus is very unpredictable, okay? That's why I call him the Lord of Chaos, okay? Okay, so then we also have the Empress. Okay, we have that because this is Venus in Taurus. But this is also because there's a part of Uranus that's quite an organized chaos, okay? And because Uranus is in Taurus at the moment, it is talking about having somewhat of an organized chaos. Like, you have to have a strategy through the chaos that's going to ensue when all of these structures that you've built that are no longer usable are coming down, okay? So this one is about strategy, about finding the light in the darkness and capturing it. How do we capture as much of the light as we can? Okay. The Hierophant, also a Taurus card, but this one is another one of the order in the chaos, okay? And these two are obviously because Uranus is in Taurus. So a lot of you are going to have, okay, a lot of you are going to have quite a bit of a drastic change in your finances because Taurus is everything that you own. So it's finances, assets, stuff like that, okay? So with Uranus there, a lot of you are going to be having, you know, some monetary restructuring, I'm going to say. Okay, I didn't see too bad. I didn't see too bad in the cards this week. So a lot of this collective is kind of protected from that because they've been protecting themselves. They've been kind of going, oh yeah, you know, I got to do this and I got to do that. You know, I got a nose to the grindstone. Okay, so this is money that's coming in, and this is people of the same values that are coming in where you're protected. Okay. All right, guys. Well, this was the Uranus Cazimi, sort of what you could use. So if you want to take notes, you can take notes about kind of what you can use for the Uranus Cazimi, okay? Um, and I will catch you later. Um, like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to. Please subscribe to my channel. I am trying to get to 40 subscribers. If I do get to 40 subscribers, the Terabyte lotteries are going to include people of whichever sign subscribes the most. Okay. So like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to. I will talk to you later, collective. There's going to be a collective reading. Bye, collective.